Okay, so we're back, and next we are on
bone broth.
Bone broth. Kat has in the pot a large chunk of still frozen beef rib bones.
2 chunks.
2 chunks.
1 onion. A handful of chopped up frozen celery. Bay leaves and peppercorns. I'm going to put some water in, and then I'm going to put some salt in as well. Need more water.
Oh, please.
That should do it.
Okay. Are we going to add anything else to it?
Not just now, no.
How long will we leave that cooking away for?
Bring it to the boil on this ring, and then I'm going to put it on the little back ring for many, many, many hours.
Yeah, but could we put it in the slow cooker?
Yeah, but the bones don't fit.
Oh, we put it in the slow cooker, but the bones don't fit. Okay, we will see what else develops with this, but it's already starting to look a nice colour. As you can see, the bone broth is stewing up very nicely because the ribs had already been cooked, so they've already been in the oven. But yeah, I've added a bit more water since, and we'll just keep going. They'll be on for several more hours yet.
These ones are for swallowing.
So, next today, she's on blanching tomatoes. They've been in some hot water for a little moment, and now I need to go and find another pot. Hold on. So, yeah, continuing the crazy canning day that Kat has started. So much for resting with her pregnancy and her complications. We're on processing the tomatoes. So these ones were just blanched from fresh, and then we've got 2 bags of frozen that have just been collected as they go over the last wee while. And just going to chuck them in the water.
Tomato water.
Tomato water. Now, when we freeze them, we don't mess around taking bits off and cutting them on the bottoms, because they all come away very easily once they're blanched anyway. So these are going in just for how long to blanch these? They're not very huge.
They're frozen a couple of minutes probably.
A couple of minutes. We'll come back and see what's occurring. Oh, shall we do a very quick look in the bone broth pot while we're here? Oh, look at that deliciousness. Wowzer. Okay. This is what life looks like on the canning days. All these jars have been washed out again, ready, and all the lids to match them have been found and cleaned. So next we get the tomatoes skinned. We're not going to worry about taking the skins off the smaller tomatoes, because basically it's all going to get mushed up anyway. But these slightly thicker skins, once they've been blanched, they just peel off like this. Meantime, Kat is over here on with prepping potatoes to go into the cans. These ones she's doing just as
Little boiled potatoes.
This will be boiled potatoes, so they're going quite large.
And then I've got cubed potatoes as well.
A big bucket,
which will be dry canning.
down there, of cubed potatoes. Okay, Richard, you can pause the video. Thank you. So, when you're canning potatoes, what do we have to do,
Well,
Kat?
I'm doing 2 different types. The boiled potatoes I'm going to do in water, a bit of salt, these biggish bits. And then my smaller ones I'm dry canning. So, but to draw out some of the starch from the potatoes, I'm soaking them in some water with some salt for half an hour to an hour. Rinse them, fill them with water with a bit of salt again, another half an hour to an hour. I'll do that 3 times. And then the cubed potatoes, I will drain them and dry them off on some kitchen paper, kitchen towel. And I'm going to dry can them so there will be no liquid going in the jars. And the other ones will just go in with some water and salt, so they'll be done in their own water, but hopefully be less starchy because they'll have been soaked a few times.
As you can hear, we've still got children being children in the background. And here Kat goes putting the bone broth into nice clean jars. As you can probably see, she can't find her funnel. I've seen her funnel somewhere. I will go and see if I can find it in just a moment.
Yes, I've got it.
When she's finished the job. Haha.
So guys, please do not shoot me. Huh?
You will see a few little bits and pieces going in there as well, because of course there was
Guys, you're not gonna kill me.
some herbs and that one. Honestly, it's not a fly, it's bits of beef.
Should have killed everyone.
Bob, could you not? We're making a video, please. He's talking about a game.
What? I'm not gonna hit him. Oh, well,
Okay.
I'm a master.
If only you could see this crazy naked boy. But it's probably wise that you can't. I think we need to tighten up the handles on that pot, amongst other many things. Oops, I've just realised I'm showing Baby Bump as well. We'll just come away from Baby Bump. As you can imagine, Kat is very, very hot right now. It's around 36 degrees today, and
It's a very bad day to do this.
obviously standing over the stove quite a lot of the day wasn't the best choice. I think you've done pretty well as guessing how many jars you would get.
Oops.
Splosh.
Allowing for spillages also.
Yeah, one spare jar's not bad at all. Bob, please, can you be a little bit quiet for a moment?
That's it.
There we go. And then we'll get the lids on.
Look at me, I'm so...
I'll probably count them tomorrow.
Right, we're going to leave these to cool. They'll probably get popped in the fridge later, and then tomorrow they will be water bath canned after letting the jars come back up to temperature, up to room temperature first, obviously, to save any explosions. So watch this space. In a slight change of plan, Kat has decided we are going to take the skins off these, because look how easy they come off. We'll get a very, very close up of her hands, because we don't want to be showing the Baby Bump complete with mosquito bites. Squeeze. Gone. Squeeze. God, I can't really see because your hand's in the way.
I'm sorry.
Well, you get the picture, guys. So now we've got the tomato sauce on to cook, and Kat's about to shout out what's in it.
Tomatoes, funnily enough. Onion, some oregano, a little bit of sugar and some salt. It's just very basic sauce that we can then add extra things to.
Yeah, normally we'd add garlic to it, but we haven't got any at the moment, so that will be added at some later date when we're cooking with it.
So tomato sauce is done, and now I'm going to attempt to ladle it into my jars, but I have lost my funnel, which is a bit annoying, so bear with me. Trying to video and ladle and not make too much mess all at the same time. It's not easy. Anyway, you get the gist, and I shall be back in a moment when I've got some more full. So that's in full, a little bit messy, but I've got my lids ready here, and I'm going to get this with some vinegar and just wipe the rims, and then they'll be going in the fridge. Well, once they're cooled, they'll go in the fridge, and I will be water bathing them tomorrow.
So here we have all the lids on the cans. This one here is a little bit short, but we'll just use that one first. It should be absolutely fine. It's up to just about the shoulder there. But all the other ones are full as they should be. So that's the tomato sauces in the pasta sauces into the water bath canner, and as you can see, it's starting to bubble. We need it to get to a rolling boil before we start timing it. And how long is it for tomato passata stuff? 20 minutes is how long we'll let it go once it's on a rolling boil. As you can see, all the jars are completely covered, apart from one, which is actually slightly taller, but it's covered right up to the top of its lid, so we're not going to stress about that at this stage. Generally speaking, as long as they're covered up to their necks, they're fine. Oh, we're steaming up the thing.
Ideas about that.
Yeah, everyone has different ideas about that. That's what we do. Yeah, we're not experts. You do you. So that's all the pasta sauce canned and cooled overnight and ready to go on the shelf. I think there is one here that has not popped down. Oh, not that one. I saw one, I'm fairly sure. I'll check them all. I'm fairly sure there's one that's not, the button's not popped down. Excuse me using a dirty knife, but it's the only thing that's handy. Yeah, this one. I don't know. It's touch and go. The rest are all. Yeah, I think they're all okay. We'll check them and then they'll get put on the shelf. Lots of lovely dinners. We've still got the potatoes to jar up. I think we'll make a little bit more in the video for that when Kat comes later on. Day 2, and now we're on with canning the potatoes. The water's just coming up to temperature.
And beef broth.
Oh, and also the beef broth is in there. We have got some more potatoes out here still to do, and we're going to reprocess, I think it's 4 cans of the tomato sauce because the lids did not pop, which is a bit annoying, but we are reusing lids, so sometimes that happens. One of them was definitely because the lid wasn't on properly, but luckily it didn't leak out or siphon in, so we'll just put, once these are done, these take how long?
3 hours once they're boiling.
Sorry, what was that, Kat?
3 hours once they're at a rolling boil.
Okay, once these are at a rolling boil, which is not going to be long, they're starting to bubble, they'll process for 3 hours. This may not have been the best day to do it because it's 40 degrees here in Portugal, so we are going to be sweating a lot. We've got the fans running, but yeah, we'll catch up with you later. Okay, so now we're drying the cubed potatoes, ready for dry canning. We left these to soak overnight last night because it just got too late to continue. And as you can see, they're perfectly fine. They were in water with salt, so they haven't bound or anything.
On a spoon.
Oh, slight delay in the video. We're about to explain what we do to make yoghurt as well. Okay, Kat, quickly explain how we made the yoghurt.
So, this yoghurt was made in the crock pot yesterday. Basically, you put like a litre of milk in. It can be any type of milk as far as I know. I'm not sure about plant milks because I don't do that. You put it on low for 3 hours. And then you turn off your crock pot. Let it cool for another 3 hours. And then you stir in 1 pot of natural live yogurt into your milk. And then you wrap up your crock pot really tight with a towel and leave it overnight. This has been left a little bit longer than that, but it smells good. Leave it overnight and then it's ready. It's turned into yogurt in the morning. You can strain it and make like thicker kind of Greek style yogurt, but I cannot be bothered doing that. So we are just spooning this into our little containers here, and then I'm going to mix in some berry jam that I made last year. I've got strawberry and blueberry that's going to be mixed in with it.
And then that's just going in the fridge.
And will be devoured by the children in due course.
How long does it last in the fridge?
How long does yogurt last in the fridge?
We need to just show you. Kat, look at your face.
I don't want them to see me dripping into the yogurt, Mum.
We're not dripping into the yoghurt, she's keeping her face away, but it is very, very hot
It's
here.
very warm.
It's 40 some degrees. We've got
Not
the candle on
ideal.
in the background and we are sweaty spots basically. Okay, so that's the yoghurt done. As she says, we're going to mix in some homemade jam and pop it in the fridge.
Oops.
We don't sweeten our yogurt, well, we don't sweeten our yogurt, but this time we're putting jam in rather than just straight berries. I think last time we just put blueberries in, didn't we?
Yeah.
But it does the job. Now we use UHT milk because you can't get...
You can, it's just very hard to get it.
It's difficult to get fresh milk here. So it does work with UHT milk, which we were happy to find out. Finding raw milk is impossible unless you happen to know somebody that's making it themselves here, and we don't have
I think
land.
you can get raw goat milk easier than raw cow milk.
Yeah, again, you could do it with goat milk as well. So In goes some delicious jammy goodness from last year's blueberries.
I saw cheap plums today. I thought I might make some plum jam.
Oh, I'd love to make some plum sauce. That's something I've been desperate for. I watched that on a video that somebody was making in a video. And I was thinking, for the amount of meat we eat, particularly pork, I would love some plum sauce.
There we go. Mix that in.
Bit of a mess, but it looks like it'd be delicious. So these will pop in the fridge, and yeah, they won't last long in our house.
You can also freeze them. You can make frozen yogurt pops, or
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you could put them
we
in
haven't had yogurt
molds.
for a while.
So, alrighty, we'll cut this off here. Actually, just a wee second. Yeah, just to say that the water bath is doing its rolling boil and is being timed now. All good. So here we've got Ariana
Stuffing jars
stuffing jars. Try to get them all in the jar, not all over the table.
or the floor.
There we go. She's doing a good job.
We may well need more jars.
Yeah.
As you can hear, the boys are gaming in the background. It's too hot for them to be outside.
Why do one shot
Right, you need to really squish them
Switch
in.
this off for a moment. And I'll go see if I can find some more jars. I think you'll only need another couple, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So that's them packed in, and really give them a good push down to get in as many as you can, because the potatoes will cook down a little bit. So you want, you want to make best use of your... Oh no! Doing this whilst filming is probably a bad idea. Come here. It'll be fine. Now Kat's adding a good glob of butter on the top of each of these cans. Do you
Just a
put
little
extra
bit.
salt as well?
Yes.
Okay. Good blob of butter, because, you can never have enough butter. And we're using Himalayan pink salt. My fly just flew at my mouth, which is not helpful. And then we'll squish the lids in. If you see from the side, the potatoes are actually just to the rim of the twisty bit on the cans. And obviously the butter and salt is going to melt in, so they're not overfull. Okay. Clam on some lids. Easy
Try
as
to make
that.
sure your rims are clean. This one's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, it would be a good idea to...
And you want them finger tight, not like super
There's a
cranked
spare
on.
potato on the table. I think we'll not worry about that one. And let's
couple
hope
of
all
bits.
these lids work.
Here we go.
Okay. And they'll be ready to go in the water bath once the other things are done. Ooh, there's exciting popping noises coming from the water bath canner. I think they might have all popped already. I think you caught one just as I started speaking. Oh, there we go. Yay, happy noises. So this is how we're getting on. That's potatoes and beef broth all canned. And then this rather interesting setup that we've got going on in here has got the last batch of, what's in there? Dry canned potatoes and the other beef broth. One or two of the cans were trying to float, so hence we've got another pot in there just to weigh them down. It's been very, very hot in here all day. There's the tomato sauces all up. And that's the shelf with the tomato base all on it and all dated. Okay, that's everything all finished, cooled, and coming out of the canner we've got the potatoes and beautiful beef bone broth. And then up here everything's getting put on its shelf. Let's see how much attention everybody's paying. Spot the preggy brain mistake here if you can. Oh, it doesn't help that everything's all round the other way, but you smart people will work it out. Who had a moment
Me.
and made a mistake? Not that it matters. Not that it matters one little jot. So that'll be that shelf fully filled up with preps. Hooray! I was just going to mention this pot for a moment. It is a very, very old, very, very battered pot. And it looks pretty filthy, but it does get scrubbed regularly. We reckon it's about 70 years old. Zinc pot. Believe it or not, we found it by the bins. That's a thing they do in Portugal, where you've not got use for anything anymore. You set it out beside the bins, not in the bin. And we've used it now for, 3 years or so. For, well, everything from emptying ashes out the fire to water bathing. It does have a lid. Unfortunately, we have a small boy who thinks that the lid is the best shield in the world. So when you actually want to use the lid, it's not in the house. So we hope everybody has had a fabulous day and are having a fabulous weekend. And yeah, a lesson learned from us. Don't wait till the temperatures are 40 degrees, that's 104, before you decide to have a canning extravaganza. Okay, thanks for watching everyone. Ciao, ciao.